Welcome back. Today, I am in my office, and I will be painting the office walls from a spine-chilling white to an old world classic, Tuscan gold. Before I start painting, here are the colors I'm using for this project. These colors were selected through rigorous trial and error, steadily approaching madness. These colors are not exact colors. They are simply named as they are because I thought this is what they looked like. This first one is what I'm calling salmon, which is a somewhat pastel orange with pink. It isn't a very red salmon, but it is kind of close. You can achieve this color by mixing red, yellow, and white. This next one is a pastel yellow, a pale yellow with a hint of red. This color was also made with red and yellow and white. Not as pale and as pink as the salmon. As you can see, it is more yellow in its color, but that orange tint comes from just a few drops of red. I named it pastel yellow because it kind of reminds me of a flat Easter yellow. This next one is bronze, or dark gold, or brown orange. This color was a bit more complicated to make than these other two. It has brown, red, black, blue, yellow, and white in it. This is essentially a orangey brown. You can achieve this color by mixing a brown, some white, black to reduce the brightness, as well as the saturation a little bit, and red and yellow to create that golden color right there. Once again, these colors are not named exactly. However, I hope that these names can help you get close to the colors that you can use for your project. Feel free to screenshot if you want to color match this color, pastel yellow and bronze. As I mentioned, these colors came from what I'm calling a rigorous trial and error. Over here to my left, I have just the nice ones that were left over from the dozens and dozens of colors that I mixed to achieve these colors. This one back here is one of the first ones I did, and it is very intense in its color. This is essentially a bright yellow with brown with more red in it than brown so that you achieve a burnt sienna. You could do this on a wall and I think it would look fantastic. However, it is not what I wanted. This one is somewhat similar to the one behind it with reduced saturation. And this one, even more reduced saturation, but a bit more pinkish in its color. This one is still not exactly what I wanted, although I saved it because I was getting close. Up here, we have my final test. This is composed of the bronze color, the salmon color, and the pale yellow color on top of it. This was a pretty quick pass, so this may be subject to change as I go on with the painting. This amount of texture is exactly what I was looking for and the variation in color. To achieve the texture, I'm using an old pillowcase. You can use an old t-shirt or an old rag or a new t-shirt or your nicest t-shirt, whatever you would like to use, just as long as you can crumple it up to achieve a lot more texture. Since I have already started up here, I'm going to continue this all the way down and then move up and finish the rest of the room. Is that what I tasted before?
Yeah. That's where I flattened the bottom of it a little bit.
Orange.
I cut mine a little bit.
It's perfect.
How's the orange? Too zesty or anything?
No, it's perfectly sweet.
Good.
It's not too zesty or bitter or too sweet either.
I am a big fan of this.
Me too. And here, I completely forgot to hit record. My snapper wasn't working, so manual labor it is. I'm going to be painting these walls again when I do the wainscoting. So here's a few shots just to rustle your jimmies.
I have a surprise for you whenever you're settled.
I can't tell you what it is.
Can you show me what
Here.
it is? The slug!
Your slug.
Aw. You can paint around the slug.
I did paint around it.
Fair enough. You're so silly.
That's your slug. Why was your social security under the bookcase?
It was extra secure.
Yeah, there's no way anybody was going to get that.
Nope.
Should I put it back under there?
No.
Damn, it feels good to have my office back. The walls are complete and they turned out exactly like I had in mind. I absolutely love how much drama there is in these highlights and all of the texture and the color combinations. And I just love that any section that you see of the wall still has that drama right there, all throughout there. Now that the baseboards are no longer spine-chillingly white, I feel like these colors fit together so much better. I'm sure you noticed me getting paint on the walls when I painted them. This is because I still am not done with the walls. I wanted to continue the pattern for consistency all the way down because it would have been a bit strange to do them halfway down, as all of the walls in this room are also going to have a chair rail with wainscoting finished in a wood tone. Usually when I paint, I am not as loose, as abstract and wild as what I was with these walls. These walls felt like such a fun experience of just putting blobs of color onto the wall, mixing them, and not really looking to get something perfect. Everything is random. There are no exact marks. There are no exact patterns. The highlights vary. The darkness varies. And I love it. I was going to say that there is still so much to do in this room. All that's really left to complete this room is the wainscoting I mentioned, as well as the ceiling and the light fixture, which is exciting. I don't know whether the ceiling is going to be next or the wainscoting. I am overjoyed with the amount of progress that has been made in this room just within the past few days. It feels like an entirely different room, but precisely what I had envisioned. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed the music, the process, and that I was able to show you how you can also achieve the same Tuscan gold textured finish that I achieved in this room. I hope I will be ever so fortunate to see you in the next video. Until next time.